everyone. So we're back on my channel. Thank you for joining me. Today I am talking about something very sensitive. I'm taking you with me into deep secrets. So stay tuned. So here we go. What I want to talk about today is something very personal, very sensitive. I thought maybe it's a good time to talk about it because, well, when I meet people, when I talk to people on my Instagram and people follow me, they always want to know more about where I come from and why I'm doing what I'm doing. And it's just this whole conversation of how did I make it through the transition from Morocco to London. So first of all, I think I should start with talking about where I come from so that you understand the background and you understand exactly the things that made me who I am. So to learn more about where I come from, we need to go back, deep back into my background. So I lived my whole life in Morocco. Throughout the years, I've learned many things by living around a family where everyone was very strong-minded, everyone had strong personalities, and we were very independent. I come from a very, how can you call it? Very dysfunctional family. First of all, my parents were divorced way before I was born. Then I'm laughing because that's like what 90% of people that I know. It's normal nowadays. So and then I lived my whole life with my grandparents. Then I stayed with my aunt and my uncle. My aunt and my uncle actually were my whole life. They raised me to be who I am today. And the main thing the main thing that I think built my personality is how they were repetitively saying to me, stay strong, your opinion is right, if you feel something is right, and just follow your instincts and don't let anyone influence you, things like that. So in my family, the things are very aggressive and in your face. Like if I don't like you, I will say that to you. And even within the family, we would be so much in each other's face. That taught me very early that I am not afraid of anything hitting me in my face. It's like coming straight forward to me and saying things to me. It doesn't actually bother me. It doesn't affect me any negatively, and actually just makes me respect the person more. So I grew up in an environment where all I had to do is to build my my personality and my strength and my how do you call it, emotional strength as a woman. Be able to be independent, always work, be independent, and don't count on anyone to give you anything, and no one is going to give you anything in this life, and don't trust anyone. And so this is how I grew up. Then I become an adult, and then let's forget about teenage age, because that was like a very bad experience, because most of my friends and most of my family just disappointed me. And there's nothing wrong with that. It just teach you these kind of things teach you life lessons very early in your life, which is good, makes you mature very early. Then I got to the adult age, and then I learned that friendships are important. So I surrounded myself with very amazing, great, like beyond this world people that I still have in my life till today. And that was what makes my strength. Literally, people around me are what make me strong today. So yeah, to get quickly to the move, because no one cares about where I come from. Then I went through a few relationships. Things didn't go that well, and I got disappointed. And I just think that these people were not meant for me, and I was not meant for them, because they couldn't handle me. I'm too much to handle. I'm too much of a personality, and I don't need to settle for anyone that can't really handle me or can't really live with my personality. So yeah, didn't work. I was not unhappy about it. I always moved on very quickly. I had that personality of just move on quickly from people, from relationships, you know, from men in general. That actually comes from what my parent taught me, is that don't stop at one man. Men are not the main thing in your life. You have to be independent and and earn your life, and don't stop at what men can give you. So yeah, then I met my husband, my actual husband today. So I met him and I was on a trip to London. I met him here, we started dating, and the truth is that I am very strong-minded, and I made the relationship work by my way of being, because I have been in too many relationships and I knew that communication and you need to stay strong and stay together. So I kind of built our relationship. I was the main author of the relationship, and then I built it to be very strong, and we were communicating, we were all the time talking to each other. I was traveling once a month, sometimes twice a month, to see him in London. He was coming to see me. We would meet in other countries. So yeah, then we decided to get married, and he proposed, and the main thing for me was I am going to do the sacrifice, because I knew that it was easier for me to move here than him moving to Morocco or somewhere else. So that's what I did, and I moved to London. For me, living in London doesn't really bother me, doesn't really create a big of a shock or a cultural shock. What created the cultural shock for me was more of the environment that I had to live in, because I was living something very open-minded, very independent woman, doing whatever she wants, going everywhere she wants, traveling the world, buying everything that she wants to herself, and just like this independent persona that I've been living for like 30 years of my life, not 30, let's say 15 years of my life since I started working. I was more of, oh my God, now I have to be in this traditional way of being married, and you know, just having so much considerations for other people. There are other cultures that actually I know nothing about, that I need to be considerate of, and all these missteps that I went through while being in a married relationship is what made the move for me to London very hard. I learned to adapt. I learned to make sacrifice, and I learned to grow in a way that I never did before. I'm telling you, when you are determined to be a better person and always grow and always work on yourself to be a better person, things happen in a very, very hard way. Because, you know, when it's hard and you have to change something about you and grow, that's when you have to put the work. And if you're not facing this kind of situation, then there isn't much growth happening in your life. That's what I realized. So yeah, I had to adapt myself to this new life and these new people that I did not know anything about. Honestly, it's still till today. Being in a traditional lifestyle, it's very different to who I am, but I learned to adapt, and I was wild. I was like all over the place before getting married. I was doing anything. No one could stop me from doing anything that I want to do. And I thought that the world is my oyster and I can just reach anything and do everything I want. And now things are different, and real life hit me once I came to London, that actually there are things that will come in your life that will block you from reaching what you want, and maybe you should change direction and adapt to situations. Yeah, one of the things that hit me in London too is being in this country where actually there is unfairness. There is like a difference of color, skin color, hair color, eye color, where you're from, what you do. There is that. No matter how people say it's, oh yeah, it's a melting pot and everyone is accepting of everyone. Yes, we accept to live with each other, but then you feel it when you start going for jobs and you start looking for looking to build friendships, and then you can see that maybe you would not think about it that way, but the other person is actually coming with his limited beliefs and all these things that society creates within us. I had nothing like that, because if you come from Morocco, you will know how it is in Morocco. There is not such a thing. You're like all Moroccan and that's it. There is no such a thing as like your dark skin, your white skin, your I don't know, this and that. It's just like there is more accepting of each other. So yeah, then here I realized also there is this concept of being in a community, which I never had before. Yeah, okay, my community was my people, my friends and my family, and that's my community. And I did not need to feel like I belonged to something. All I needed to be, just be myself within these people and when I interact with these people, and that's it. But here, there is this feeling like, oh, we are a community. There is the Indian community, and there is the Muslim community, and there is the Arab community, and there is the, I don't know, the French community, the Italian community. It's all like, how can I call it? Clans, and everyone is like in his side. And they feel the need to belong to that. Maybe that comes with living in a country that's not your country, so you need to feel that you connect with people who are like you. Maybe that's part of it. For me, honestly, I don't feel like I need to be in contact with the Moroccan community in this country. It doesn't mean anything to me. I'm here to just accept everyone's culture. So that's one of the things that actually I realized with time while living in London, that there is this, and that actually creates more of a distance between people more than connecting them, to be honest with you, because everyone stays in their boundaries, in their limits, in their little box of a community, which doesn't make their view of the world any wider or any newer or any adventurous, Some other stuff that actually struggled with friendships, to be honest with you. Maybe there are two aspects that are connected to friendships. It's the change of country, and then the change of country at my age, in my 30s. It's quite different. In your 30s, when you get older, you become more demanding when it comes to friendship. You become more selective, and just makes it harder to create new relationships or new friendships. That was first, just mentality different here, and then it was hard to find new friendships and build them. And for me, when I build a friendship, I build it for life. I'm not someone who just wants a friend or a connection just for one purpose and then that's it. For me, it's all or nothing. Then what else? Some few things I think are important to mention here. The weather for me is a big hit. I never cared about the weather when I was coming here for a weekend or for a week for holidays. Never cared. What hit me is that the weather actually depresses you without you knowing it. So that's a huge thing for me. Also the lifestyle. There is this big thing of, so London, if you live in London, you have to be living in this area where it's like nicer, and then you have to go to nice places. Like me, I like to do these things. It was more affordable before because I was not in London. I was in Morocco or some other countries. But London, it's like you need a lot of money to maintain that lifestyle. So I had to also adapt with the situation where actually I want to go, I want to do things, but then I realized like some of my friends don't like doing these things because the places are too expensive or are too high end, or and it just causes me all this frustration around doing what I want to do. What else? Actually, moving to London actually worked well for me because I don't have my driving license. Funny enough, I don't have it. When I was living in Morocco, I had a driver. I had the car and a driver, so I never had to drive. But it's more important to have a car in Morocco than it is in here. And in here, everything you go, there is like a tube everywhere, a bus, transportations are very easy. So that for me works really well. I'm very happy about it. It works really, really well for me because I don't feel like I need a car in here. That's one of the things. Yeah, I think in a previous video I have mentioned about me finding a job. It was hard for me to find a job. Still hard for me, I think, to be in a job. But I need to update you around that. So when I landed in London, I always say landed. Everyone laughs at me when I say London. I feel like I landed because it was not really planned or my choice. It just landed. When I first landed, I was developing my social media services and marketing consultancy. And so when I came here, I was focused on that. And then I didn't look for a job as a 9-to-5 job. So I continued just doing my thing, my consultancy, and it worked. I was very happy being able to do that because it allowed me to network with so many people in London. And after a while, I was like, yeah, maybe I should consider being in a job to just learn more about the environment, about the environment, about being in a big structure, in a big company, and see how the mentality actually reflects in this kind of environment. So I went for, what can I say? I went for a few interviews as a legal advisor because this is what I come from. I did that for 10 years. So I did the legal advisor. I did the interviews. I did a few of them, like 20 of them. Every time I went into an interview, it's either I'm overqualified and going for something very junior, or I was not qualified enough as for the knowledge of the English and local laws, or what else? Or, oh yeah, you are too senior, and if we take you for this role, which looks like it's a good fit for you, you will be hard to manage. So all these things played a role in it. So what I decided to do, I decided to go and study the thing that I like the most, fashion buying and merchandising, and I went to Fashion Retail Academy, which is quite a known academy here. I went for a course for a year, and things hit me hard. I'm not gonna lie, things hit me really hard. I am 35 years old, studying with the 19 years old girls that just came out of high school, and I was not accepted in that classroom, which was really hard. People were quite rude. I found the course very boring most of the time, and I found it also intellectually not challenging enough. What should I expect? It's just buying and merchandising. Then I finished my course, I graduated with merit, and then I went looking for a role as an entry level in buying and merchandising. Of course, I couldn't accept the fact that, when I was going for legal advisor, the salaries were really low for what I was supposed to be paid. So I said, this is not the role for me in London. And then I went for buying and merchandising, and I realized that the entry level is literally nothing. It's like the money that they pay you, it's literally nothing. You can't live in London with that salary. So I went for different kind of roles, and I started working with this big brand. I'm not going to mention their name. It's a luxury brand. I don't want to mention their name. I don't want to be sued. So yeah, I started with this luxury brand, very known here, very big around the world. And I started as online trade coordinator, which is mainly around, websites and, e-commerce and stuff like that. So coordinating between the brands and whatever goes on the website, and yeah, taking care of these things. I was shocked. The salaries are quite low. I'm taking it just for the fun of it, and I love it. I love like luxury, and this is what I do on a daily basis. So this is just an experience to me to see where things are going with my life. And yeah, I was proposed this job, and I was like, well, should I take it? Should I not take it? And I took it. The mentality is very different, but also is very similar. Wherever you go in the world, the problems within a company or within a work environment they're always the same. But the difference is that there's just this proper frame of things. You just keep it proper. Be hypocritical, but keep it proper. Be ethically incorrect, but keep it proper. So yeah, we're just dealing with this while I'm living in this country. And I think also, since we're talking about work and things around work, I think there are big opportunities in this country if you want to build your own business and you're restless and you are determined. I don't think that going for a job is what people should do here. People should go for a job when they are young, in their 20s, and get some experience. But then this is the place to go for after your own business, to go after your own dreams, and to go and achieve things that you would not achieve somewhere else. I came here thinking that I'm a very clever person. I did big studies. I worked 10 years as a legal advisor in big international companies. I speak a few languages. I am huge. I can do whatever I want to do. And then reality hit me that no matter how clever you are, no matter how intelligent, no matter how potential you have, if you don't have some small elements to you, then maybe you will not make it in this country. You have more chance to succeed here if you were a European originally, with the right name, with the right face, with the right hair. I don't think that this is going to stop me from doing what I want to do with my life here or anywhere else. But we need to have considerations for these things, because that's the reality that we're living in. We have to be realistic. Apart from that, my big struggle, let's say on a daily basis, is having a good coffee. On a more funny note, coffee here, you can't have a coffee in this country. They're bad with coffees. They're good with tea, but really bad with coffees. They don't know how to make a good coffee. Last time I had a really good coffee in a coffee place was in Italy, in Venice, 2 years ago. That's one of the things I struggle with, because I'm a coffee lover. I don't drink that much tea, so yeah. The truth is that you need quite a bit of money to live here. We're not going to lie to ourselves. We need quite lots of money to live in this country. Let's say just to live in London, because where I live, it's in the centre and too much temptation. And I'm someone who likes a good quality of life, so you need to have lots of money. So you need to work hard, and I'm working hard for it. What else? I survived because of my mental strength. I survived because I had a good support mechanism around me. I had a good support from my husband. I have good support from my best friends. I talk to them all the time, and they have supported me more than anyone else can imagine. I survived because I had the language too. I was speaking English since I was 13, so if I didn't have the language, I will be struggling big time, and I will be having to so many issues and self-esteem issues for sure. So I survived because I met one or two people here who were really genuine and who were nice and gave me hope in people in this country. I survived because of my personality, of me as a hustler. That's the big part of my personality. I just hustle and I just go after what I want, and nothing will stop me from getting where I want to go. I survived because because I'm a big believer. I believe in God, and I believe that I am here for a reason. I survived because I believe in God, and I just give it up to God and let Him decide and let Him lead me to whatever is the best for me. So because I give up that power, that's what allows me to just be okay with whatever happens, be okay with any situation, and be okay with life as it is. I survived because I was working, because I was doing what I love, because I was doing all these blogging things and, you know, influencer things and networking and meeting with new people. That's how I survived, because that, no matter what you say, you need these connections. You need to see people. We are social by natures. As human beings, we are social by natures, and we are by nature, and we need to be around other people. That helped me. I went through the lockdown. So I moved to London in 2018, and in 2020, beginning of 2020, we went into a lockdown for 2 years, and that actually was hard. But you know what helped me through all that time is the blogging, is the Instagram influencing, is always forgetting about me and maybe thinking more about what other people need from me, and then just trying to give what I can give to people. That also helped me. And today I love doing these YouTube videos because it allows you to look into my life and know more about me, and connect more on a personal level, and also allow you to see who I am and my personality. This is more real than anything else. That's how I survived. You need few things. You need people around you. You need a good, healthy environment where you feel like you're growing, and you need to have the language and to be open to differences. These are the things that you need to have. If you don't have these, then you will not be able to survive. It will be very hard for you to survive any new environment. I hope this video took you into my life and into a deep secret of mine, and a deep situation that I've been living in that I've never shared about. I just hope that my husband would not be upset about me sharing about all these things. But yeah, this is me looking behind the video, looking to what added value I will bring into everyone who will be watching this video. So please, if you have any questions about this, leave them in the comments. And if you want me to share more, or if you have any more questions about my life, please put them in the comments. I will make another video and reply to all of these questions. Also, leave a thumbs up if you like this video, and subscribe, because I love your support, and that's what gets me to get up in the morning. I want to make these videos for you, and a lot is yet to come on YouTube for me. I love making these videos, and no matter if the views are high or not, I just love doing it for everyone. If there is one person watching it and taking something positive from it, then I will be doing it. Take care of yourself, and if you are going through the same situation as me or moving to a new country, I hope this video helps you navigate the whole situation. I hope also that if you need anything, please send me a message, email me. You have my email in the description box, or just leave your comments in the comment box, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Thank you so much for watching. I love you all, and stay safe, and I'll talk to you soon. Mwah.